Hello, welcome back to Weyermann's Whimsy. It is Throwback Thursday, and my retired stamp that I'm using today is the Something Lacy stamp. It's from quite a few years ago, and it is one of the big background stamps. And to go with it, I'm using the Floral Gallery dies and the Art Gallery set for the Happy Birthday. Now the Floral Gallery dies, one of the dies that comes with it, is the die that you can cut out Just Want to Say with. And when I saw it in the catalog, I loved it. And then I got it and I'm like, now what do I do with it? So today I challenged myself to do two things, to do a monochromatic card and to use something that I really liked that I hadn't used yet. So this is where the Just Want to Say piece comes in. So what we need is a Granny Apple Green card base, which I've got, and a piece of the basic white cardstock. And the basic white cardstock I cut to 5.5 by 4.25 so that I could do the all over stamping and then cut it out. So I'm using my Stamparatus today. I haven't used it on a video before. It's a fabulous tool, and when you're using these all over background stamps, it's really, really helpful, because when it's on a block and you're trying to get it all down so you don't have any blanks or any gaps, it's a bit of a challenge. So the Stamparatus is perfect for this. So what I did is I inked up my stamp, and then I stamped it down on my grid paper that you can get grid paper that goes with the Stamparatus. So now I know where the outline of my stamp is, so that I can just place my paper over top. So my stamp is just slightly larger than my paper, and I've got a bit of a rough edge on it, so I'm just going to turn it over so that doesn't leave me a gap. So then that's where it needs to be. You can use magnets if you want on smaller pieces, but because I'm doing an all over stamp here, I don't want to use the magnets because they'll get in the way. There's nowhere to put them. So I'm inking this up, and I'm going to show you a quick trick after when I close the lid over. So you want to make sure that it's really, really inked up well. Like really, really ink it up well. Make sure you've got really good coverage, and close your ink pad. And then I'm just going to make sure this is still lined up. Then we take our window, we close it over, and we give it a good press all the way around. Now you'll notice there's a stamp pad under here. I put the stamp pad under there so that when I'm inking the stamp up, it's level and it's not rocking. So now I just need to pop this off, and there we are. There is a perfectly stamped image. So I am just going to put this out of the way. The stamp needs to be cleaned and everything yet, but I am just going to put it out of the way for now, and I can clean up later. So now what I did with this, let's just pull this back down again, is I used one of the scalloped contour dies to cut it out. It's the largest one. So I am just going to pop this on my cutting mat and my base, and I'm going to sandwich that up. Oops, moving everything around here. I've got too many layers of paper on my work surface here. So I'm just going to run that through, and there we go. If you do this too many times, you end up getting a really good arm workout. And I just need to, I'm just going to use my other one. I'm just going to scrape off the bits. And that didn't work very well. So my cutting plate, you can see, is really, really well used. And I always use the same one on top. And then what I do is I transfer, this one becomes my cutting plate, my base plate, and then I get a new one for the top. So it helps with the longevity of the cutting mats for me. I'm only ever changing one out at a time, so it kind of doubles the lifespan. And so we're going to open this up, pop out the bits that stayed stuck. You can use your brush if you want to, your little detail brush, but these are big enough that you can just pop them out with a fingernail. Okay, and then I dimensionalized this down. And I've talked about adhesive sheets before, and you've seen me use them before in videos. This is absolutely the die that you want to use your adhesive sheets with. So I've got a piece of adhesive sheet on the back of this, and I'm using the same piece of paper just so you can see how it all comes together. And let's just pop that down like that. And we're just going to center this. Just move it up, make sure that it's all in frame. Just going to put this down like this. So there we go. And now I'm going to run this through. So I know that I've got adhesive down the sides, so I'm just going to lay that in like that. Again, sandwich it up, and then run it through the machine. The J has a dot on it. I like to dot the J kind of thing. And I dropped that on the floor. And it took me ages to find it because I have kind of all-purpose carpet down in my studio. I haven't changed the flooring in my studio because really, honestly, it just seems like a lot. So there's that little J. So I'm just going to take a piercing tool and just pop it out. There we go. There's the dot. Just like that. Didn't even need the tool. And I'll just gently kind of work the words out. They do stretch and they can crease. So you want to be very careful as you're taking it out to kind of support the whole word as it's coming out, just so you don't end up with any creases in your paper where it flexes. So that's just, the S's are particularly tricky. So there we go. And then you just need to pop out your pieces, and then you lay it out how you want it to look, and then you just leave it down and then stick them down individually so that you can line it up the way you want. And the adhesive sheets, you can reposition just for a little while. I actually ended up moving the just around on the sample card that I made. And so, I wanted to put the greeting down at the bottom. I've already done the greeting. The greeting is from the art gallery set as well. And the die is from the floral gallery dies. It's the, this one here. And I put mini dimensionals on the back. So we're just going to lay this out. And I've got my J and my dot for my J up here. I haven't forgotten about it. I just don't want to lose it. Okay, so we're going to put this down like that. And then we just peel the adhesive. You can see I'm just peeling the adhesive off the back. And again, you want to support the word a little bit while you're peeling it off so you don't end up stretching and creasing your words. Okay, one more to go after this. So just want to say, and the say is up higher because I wanted to put the greeting on, the happy birthday. So you could put it down here and have the happy birthday across the top, but I kind of like it like this. So I just want to say, and then we just peel the backs off the mini dimensionals. And we are all done. So it's a relatively quick card, but it absolutely has the wow factor on it. It's got the fantastic background, and it's got the the greeting on it. And the greeting is a lot of fun. I can see I've got my, this is how I lost my dot last time. Okay. So peel that off, and it goes this way up, and we just put it down like that. So there we go. You've got the wow factor again with that something lacy background stamp, and then using the scalloped contour to kind of add to that lacy feel, and then having the happy birthday just on a plain white background just kind of really brings the eye to it. There's a bit of a rest around it so you can see it. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, and we can create together again soon.